Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Total Havoc Sports Show, Week 14 in the National Football League. Y'all ready? I got scores for you. Week 14, final scores. San Diego Chargers 30, Washington Redskins 13, Jacksonville Jaguars 30, Seahawks 24. Eagles 43-35 over the Rams. Broncos 23-0 over the Jets. Cardinals 12-7 over the Titans. Bills 13-7 over the Colts. Chiefs 30-13 over the Raiders. Bears 33-7 over the Bengals. The Lions 24-21 over the Bucks. 49ers 26-16 over the Texans. The Panthers 31-24 over the Vikings. The Cowboys 30-10 over the Giants. The Packers 27-21 over the Browns. The Falcons 20-17 over the Saints. We had Sunday night football action. It was the Ravens against the Steelers, and the Steelers prevailed 39-38. Do not forget tomorrow, Monday Night Football. Woo! The Patriots versus the Dolphins. That should be a pretty good game. It always is. This is Jarrett Vines for the Total Havoc Sports Show. And now we shall talk about these Cleveland Browns. I don't know what went wrong today. I don't know how it all unfolded, but the Browns had a fairly decent lead today, and they managed to turn around and yet lose another football game. To me, this is major cause for concern. They have not won a game all year, and it appears for some reason they're continuing to face difficulties and face trouble. I think it's time for the coach to go. I'm not rooting against him. I'm not trying to just shove him out the door, but you've had 2 back-to-back seasons where you have not produced anything. And at some point in time, the owner has to put his foot down and he has to demand more. And he's got to do it sooner than later. So the Giants coach was fired last week, as well as a few other people in the Giants front office. And I have a feeling that by the end of this season, or maybe sooner, the Cleveland Browns are going to pretty much follow suit. Hell, they need to. When you go an entire season almost and don't win one football game, this is ridiculous. I don't know how they plan on stopping that kind of bleeding, but this is ridiculous, I tell you. The Washington Redskins. I have been a long-time Redskin fan, and I ain't here to cry the blues and woo-hoo and wah-ha. Let me tell you something. The Redskins are playing like pure garbage. Josh Norman got paid a lot of money and got embarrassed today against San Diego. And they got to tighten up. It's becoming a weekly thing on a consistent basis where the Redskins are just going out and they're just royally screwing up. I mean, either blowing a lead or getting blown out or just playing flat football like they don't care. And that's a huge problem. As a coach, I'd be chewing somebody's ass out about now. I want an explanation. And I want a reason as to why you can't play hard-nosed football. If I can't get one, somebody will be getting fired. Or somebody's position would be gone until they can prove to me that they have earned their position back. Special teams for Washington, they suck. They're pitiful, deplorable. As well as the rest of the entire team. Just pitiful. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. As a fan, as a sports commentator, however it might be, we got trouble in Washington. We got big trouble. It's up to the owner to fix it. And for some reason, damn it, he just can't get it right. We complained about RG3. We got RG3 out of town. And now Kirk Cousins has stepped up. And I'm not going to place it all on Kirk Cousins. He's done a fairly decent job. But, you know, the defense has been up and down, kind of lackluster. Special teams have been playing like garbage. We've been letting people get massive kickoff return yards against us. We got to tighten up in Washington. We really have to tighten up. The Jaguars and the Seahawks. That was a fairly decent game. I don't know if you would agree, Sports Nation, but I do think that Jalen Ramsey could be a possible candidate for Player of the Year in the National Football League. He's faced the best wide receivers and shut every one of them down. This guy is a lockdown corner, and I have to give Jalen Ramsey all the credit in the world. He's badass. The dude is what he says he is. He said he's the best cornerback in the National Football League, and your boy Jalen Ramsey's one badass man, and I couldn't agree more. At this point in the season, he is. So we'll see how that voting turns out at the end of the year for Player of the Year, but I expect to see Jalen Ramsey high at the top of that list. The Philadelphia Eagles just continue to physically abuse people. You know, they ran into a wall their last game and suffered a loss, but they took it out on the Rams 43-35. The score was fairly kind of close, but Philly ain't playing. They put up 43 points, but the question, they have lost their starting quarterback. For how long? That's an even bigger question. I didn't see the full extent of the injury, but I'm sure a lot of Eagles fans out there did. So if anybody happens to know what happened, you can leave it in the comments and let me know. Or I'll just go back on YouTube and try to get some footage of what happened. San Francisco 49ers, 26-16 over the Texans. 49ers, they look better and better every week. And I don't know if a lot of people can see that, but they're trying. I will give them credit. When somebody has folded up, they've quit, and they've given up, I'm going to speak on it. But the last 2-3 weeks, I could see that the 49ers are fighting. You know, they're about that life. They're not dead yet. Their season might be done, but they're showing that maybe in the future they can be contenders. So we have to keep an eye out for the 49ers. And the Giants' woes continue. Even though they fired their coach, Cowboys, they beat that ass 30-10. Giants got a lot of stuff to fix. Not just the coach, not just the staff, but the players. They got a lot of stuff to fix. I have never seen the Giants play this kind of football before. This is terrible, deplorable, straight ass awful. I have never seen the Giants play that way. None of these other scores that I'm looking at really surprised me. A lot of the other games were fairly close. Tomorrow night, the Patriots against the Dolphins. The Patriots are heavily favored to beat the Dolphins. Hell, I can understand why. Anytime Tom Brady is the starting quarterback, I don't give a damn who the Patriots play. You're always going to be the underdog until the last whistle blows. So the Dolphins have to come out and they have to play like they're the underdog, and they have to really fight. They can't come out there and just dilly-dally around and just, play around with these guys. The Dolphins, they got to come out and they got to be about that business. So, do I believe the Dolphins could pull the upset? Yeah, I do. If the Patriots go to sleep at the wheel and they overlook them and they forget about them. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. But tomorrow night, Patriots against the Dolphins. You all just may think I'm crazy. And that's cool too. Not the first time I've been told that. I'm going with the Dolphins. I'm going with the upset. I just think that the Patriots are overlooking them. I think that maybe they're going to go to sleep at the wheel, and I hope not. But tonight's game, I'm saying tomorrow night. I need to pay attention. It's morning time now where I'm at. Oh, Lord. Oh, don't laugh at me, which I know you will. It's okay. But anyway, long story short, we'll see what happens with that game. But, ladies and gentlemen, this has been week 14 at the National Football League. And as I said, the Redskins continue to tear their ass. So did the Browns and, the Giants and the usual suspects this season. So that is it for the Total Havoc Sports Show this week. I am your host, Jared Vines. I will see you next week for week 15 in the National Football League. Until then, be safe and peace.